Unveiling the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023, a new era of privacy. The Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 (DPDPA) marked a significant step towards safeguarding digital personal data in India. This comprehensive legislation aims to establish a robust framework for the processing of personal data, ensuring privacy and security for individuals while fostering innovation and growth in the digital economy. The Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 First, Data Principle. The DPDPA defines a data principle as the individual to whom the personal data relates. This includes children where their parents or guardians are considered data principals and individuals with the disabilities where their lawful guardians act on their behalf. The second, data fiduciary. A data fiduciary is an any person who alone or are in conjunction with the others determines the purposes and means of processing personal data. They are responsible for complying with the DPDPA's provisions and ensuring the security and privacy of personal data. Third, data processor. A data processor is an any person who processes personal data on behalf of a data fiduciary. They are bound by the terms of a valid contract with the data fiduciary and must comply with the DPDPA's requirements. Fourth, consent manager. A consent manager is a person registered with the Data Protection Board of India who acts as a single point of contact for data principals to view, manage, review or withdraw their consent to the processing of their personal data. History of DPDPA. First, 2018. The Indian government first proposed a data protection bill in 2018, aiming to establish a comprehensive framework for data privacy and security. Second, 2019. The proposed bill underwent several revisions and public consultations with stakeholders providing feedback and suggestions. Third, 2023. The Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 was finally enacted, incorporating key provisions for data protection and privacy. Key definitions, data, representation of information, facts, concepts, opinions, or instructions suitable for communication, interpretation, or processing. Data principle, individual to whom personal data relates, including children where their parents or guardians are considered data principals, and individuals with disabilities where their lawful guardians act on their behalf. Data fiduciary, person who alone or in a conjunction with others determines the purpose and means of processing personal data. A data processor, person who processes personal data on behalf of a data fiduciary. Personal data, any data about an individual who is identifiable by or in relation to such a data. Processing, a wholly or partly automated operation or set of operations performed on digital personal data, including collection, recording, organization, structuring, storage, adaptation, retrieval, use, alignment, or combination, indexing, sharing, disclosure by transmission, dissemination, or otherwise making available, restriction, erasure, or a description. Rights of data principle. First, right to access information. Data principals have the right to obtain information from data fiduciaries about their personal data, including the purpose of processing and the categories of data being processed. Second, right of grievance redressal. Data principals have the right to lodge grievances with the Data Protection Board of India if they believe their personal data has been processed in violation of the DPDPA. Third, a right to nominate. Data principals have the right to nominate a person to act on their behalf in case of their death or incapacity, ensuring the continued protection of their personal data. Duties of a data principal. First, provide consent. Data principals have a duty to provide informed consent for the processing of their personal data, ensuring they understand the purpose and scope of the processing. Second, withdraw consent. Data principals have the right to withdraw their consent at any time with the ease of withdrawal comparable to the ease of providing consent. Third, manage consent. Data principals can manage, review, or withdraw their consent through a consent manager, a designated entity registered with the Data Protection Board of India. Grounds of processing personal data. Consent. Data fiduciaries can process personal data based on the data principal's explicit consent, which must be free, specific, informed, unconditional, and unambiguous. Legitimate uses. The DPDPA allows for certain legitimate uses of personal data, such as for research, public health, or national security purposes, provided these uses are necessary and proportionate. Processing of children's data. The DPDPA imposes additional obligation on data fiduciaries when processing the personal data of children, requiring parental consent and ensuring appropriate safeguard. Data Protection Board of India establishment. The DPDPA establishes the Data Protection Board of India (DPBI), an independent body responsible for enforcing the provisions of the Act. Composition. The DPBI is composed of a chairperson and members appointed by the central government. The chairperson and members must possess specific qualification and experience in data protection, law, technology, and other relevant fields. Powers and functions. The DPBI has broad powers and functions including adjudicating complaints, ensuring directions, conducting inquiries, and promoting awareness about data protection. Thank you.